But our first top focus is on Madhya Pradesh, because remember, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh go to the polls, as we've been saying, tomorrow. Madhya Pradesh is an entire state goes in a single day. These are two states that have often witnessed tough fights in the past, and the battle is primarily two-cornered, ruling BJP in Madhya Pradesh versus the opposition Congress, and vice versa in Chhattisgarh. These are the two states where politicians have focused upon in the last week in particular. Much at stake, particularly in Madhya Pradesh, because remember, here a government was toppled of the Congress in 2020. The BJP held as many as 634 rallies, 15 of them led by the Prime Minister himself. The Congress had 350 rallies. Kamal Nath led 114 of them. Gandhi siblings, Rahul and Priyanka, leading 11 each. 5.6 crore voters, 230 seats. On the other hand, in Chhattisgarh, remember the tribal belt had voted in the first phase. Now you've got large parts of Chhattisgarh, including the capital Raipur, voting tomorrow. Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel is hoping that anti-incumbency won't hit him. Over 1 crore 63 lakh voters will decide the fate of 958 candidates here. In the first phase, Chhattisgarh has already cast their vote for 20 seats with a remarkable voter turnout of over 70%, 71.11. Okay, let's go straight across to our two reporters in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. Sumi Rajapan joining me from Raipur, and I'm joined from Bhopal by Hemendra Sharma. Appreciate both of you joining us. Hemendra, let me come to you first, because big day for Madhya Pradesh tomorrow. Lots at stake. What has been the general impression you've had from the election? Is there a sense that much has changed in Madhya Pradesh in this election, or could we see a repeat of 2018 when the election went down to the wire? What are the two parties feeling under all their bluster of winning the election? Is there a sense of nervousness?
Well, both political parties are claiming that they would cross the line comfortably, but across the state, people are mindful of the fact that in 2018, the Congress party managed to form a government with a very thin margin. And at that time, the vote was for change. 5% of the voters had voted for change. The percentage of votes of the Congress party had increased by 5%, while the percentage of votes for the Bharatiya Janata Party had decreased by 5%. This time around, whether these people who had voted for change will stick to the BJP or not remains to be seen, because midway in 2020 the government had changed because Jyotiraditya Scindia had defected from the Congress party to the Bharatiya Janata Party. But there are issues still that people are both these political parties are trying to woo the women voters. Kamal Nath has promised 1,500 rupees to them every month, while the BJP has already given 1,250 rupees to the women voters and has promised that this would be increased to 3,000 rupees every month. So the women voter remains the most crucial voter, while issues like corruption and unemployment are also there.
Interesting that you put the women voters there. Every party in this election is focusing on women voters like they never have before. Sumi Rajapan, the farmer vote, if in Madhya Pradesh it is seen to be the woman and the tribal vote that could be crucial, presumably in Chhattisgarh, the farmer vote, loan waivers, electricity charge waivers, that seems to be a large part of the promises made in the state.
Yes, absolutely. Farmers constitute 70% of the population, and about 37 lakh farmers. And out of the 70%, 80% are small and marginal farmers, and which is why both the political parties were focused on giving out the farmers most of the policies. And in fact, they have promised a farm loan waiver. Congress has put it in its manifesto. However, BJP missed out on it hugely. But what we are also picking up is that women voters are also constituting to be a major part here as well, just like in Madhya Pradesh, because we had seen Congress's promise, the last minute announcement that had come on the day of Diwali, where Congress also came up with the Griha Lakshmi Yojana. Under the Griha Lakshmi Yojana, every woman, every married woman is entitled to get a whopping 15,000 rupee a year. And in fact, that has to do to encounter the BJP's promise in the manifesto. And this promise by the Congress was made by the Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel himself. And in fact, in Chhattisgarh, the women voters have outnumbered male voters, and which is why the sudden realization hit both both the political parties, and women and farmers are going to be an important vote bank for both the political parties, but youth is also going to be a focus. Unemployment allowance was announced by the Congress. However, it didn't do much in convincing the youth. BJP is also trying to wrest power from the Congress, but it will be interesting to see how much of the corruption and Vikas will play out tomorrow across 70 assembly seats spanning 22 districts.
Okay, we'll wait and see. Two big states, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, in the heart of India, going to the polls tomorrow. Subhira Jappan, Hemendra Sharma, appreciate you joining me here on our election watch. Okay, let's take a turn to the next story. Okay, now the battle for poll-bound Madhya Pradesh has also turned very personal in the last week. Priyanka Gandhi's Vadra's political campaign turned acrimonious when she took on Union Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia with even references to his height. Addressing a public rally in Datia, Madhya Pradesh on Wednesday, Priyanka had said that her former colleague Scindia is short in height, but high on arrogance. Attacking Scindia, who had defected to the BJP, she highlighted how he followed his family traditions well. All of this, of course, has not been taken well by Mr. Scindia, who was hit back at Priyanka, saying that those comparing ability with height should first see the mirror. He trained his guns on Priyanka, calling Congress a totally corrupt party. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Chauhan has also waded into the controversy, lashing out at Priyanka Gandhi Vadra for making personal comments, saying this comment of hers will cost her dearly in the Madhya Pradesh elections. Listen in.
क्या है कि कद में थोड़े छोटे पड़ गए, लेकिन अहंकार में तो भाई वाह भाई वाह। भैया उनके पास जो भी कार्यकर्ता जाता था कहते हैं दीदी कि हम क्या करें, महाराज महाराज कहना पड़ता है, हमारे मुंह से नहीं निकलता तो फिर कुछ काम ही नहीं होता हमारा। वैसे उन्होंने अपने परिवार की परंपरा अच्छे से निभाई है। विश्वासघात तो बहुतों ने किया है, लेकिन इन्होंने ग्वालियर और चंबा की जनता के साथ विश्वासघात किया है। आपके पीठ में छुरा भोंका है, बनी बनाई सरकार को गिरा दिया, और वो बनी बनाई सरकार आपकी थी, आपने वोट दिया था उसके लिए।
राजनीति में एक स्तर होना चाहिए। राजनीति में शब्दों का उपयोग, व्यक्तिगत आरोप, इन सब से हम लोगों को बचना चाहिए।
एक घटियापन है, मुझे लगता है स्तरहीनता है। कांग्रेस बौखलाई हुई है, इसलिए इस तरह के काम कर रही है। एक घटियापन है, मुझे लगता है स्तरहीनता है। कांग्रेस बौखलाई हुई है, इसलिए इस तरह के काम कर रही है।
Okay, let's turn then, since we are focusing on the Scindia versus Priyanka Gandhi Vadra battle, to Gwalior-Chambal, the bastion of the Scindias. And I'm joined by Paulomi Saha, all set for elections there tomorrow. Gwalior-Chambal, Paulomi, very important because this was an area swept by the Congress in 2018. Out of the 35 seats, winning almost 27 of them. So now, with Mr. Scindia on the other side, has this battle turned personal and acrimonious? A sense of vendetta politics playing out, Scindias versus the Gandhis?
Well, absolutely. That is exactly the sense that one got when, of course, Priyanka Gandhi addressed the audience in Datia, Madhya Pradesh, not very far from here. And she, of course, made those very personal comments on Mr. Scindia, which she's not taken very well. Shivraj Singh Chauhan has hit out. Hemendra Sharma has hit out as well. The acute sense of betrayal within the Congress is very apparent as far as that statement from Priyanka Gandhi is concerned. And like you rightly pointed out, the battle in Gwalior-Chambal is going to be all about that defection of 2020, March 2020. Many of those who contested on a Congress ticket in 2018 are now contesting on a BJP ticket. Whether the voter takes to that very kindly, whether Mr. Scindia is able to, of course, contain any damage from the defection of 2020, that will, of course, be very key to, of course, the results as they play out on December 3rd, pan Madhya Pradesh.
Okay. Paulomi Saha joining me there from Gwalior. Long day ahead of you on polling day tomorrow. Thanks very much for joining us. Okay, let's turn then to today's special report, because election after election, voters are promised all kinds of goodies and in particular development. But the fact is, in most cases, very little happens on the ground once the election is over. This is true of many states, but even more acute, many believe, in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh in recent times. My colleague Preeti Chaudhary travelled to a village in Madhya Pradesh's Chambal during the 2019 election coverage. She returned there 4.5 years later during this state election season. She went back to find that, well, little seems to have changed. Here's her report from Election Dispatch.
Lok Sabha elections 2019. I was here. Then Cabinet Minister Narendra Tomar was fighting from Morena on a Lok Sabha ticket. This election, he's being fielded from the constituency of Dimni in Morena, from Lok Sabha to Vidhan Sabha. Life comes full circle sometimes. In 2019, I reported from deep within the Chambal ravines or the Bihar here. What I saw then was ecological degradation, illegal sand mining, and rural indebtedness. I had chanced upon a village, Nadwapura. No water, no electricity, no Anganwadi, no nothing.
कितने लोग हैं? आबादी कितनी है?
आबादी है यहाँ कम से कम 25 घर की आबादी है।
मतलब कितने लोग होंगे?
300 का 400 के करीबन बैठे।
400 के करीब उनका गांव है। प्रधानमंत्री मालूम है कौन है?
प्रधानमंत्री को कोई मनना पता भैया।
नाम मालूम है?
तई बेटा हम कहीं पढ़े नहीं लिखे नहीं तो
नहीं कोई नहीं, ऐसे ही पूछ रहे हैं।
हम तो अंगूठा छाप है।
वो बोलते हैं कि हर गांव में बत्ती इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पहुंच गई है, बिजली पहुंच गई है। आपके में पहुंची?
ना है महाराज, जहाँ तो कछु ना आयो। तुम दिख रही है कि जो लाइट होती है वो कम्मा दिखता है, सब काम दिखता है, तार दिखता है, सब दिक्कत तो यहाँ।
गर्भवती हो? कितना महीना हो गया? 8वें महीने में लगे हो। डॉक्टर के पास जाती हो?
नहीं
है
ही नहीं। डॉक्टर
नहीं जाते?
नहीं, दूर पर जाता है।
कितना दूर है?
मुरैना।
पिछली बार कब गए थे? गए थे डॉक्टर के पास?
एक बार गए थे।
सिर्फ एक बार गए थे अभी तक? जाना चाहिए ना।
चला नहीं पड़ता है, पैदल की गया है, रास्ता
बहुत दूर है। कोई टीका वीका देने, चेकअप वेकअप करने कोई आता है यहाँ पे?
कोई नहीं आता है।
गवर्नमेंट से कोई नहीं आता है?
कोई नहीं आता।
अभी तक आया है कोई? 8वां महीना हो गया है, नहीं आया। और यहीं पर ही जन्म दोगी?
और क्या करें, चला पता नहीं है। रात में दर्द भाई तो रात में कौन ले जाएगा?
I traced my way back to the same village in 2023. What came of that pregnant woman who never had seen a doctor or a nurse?
उस वक्त आप कहते थे कि कोई डॉक्टर नहीं था, कोई दाई नहीं है, कोई नहीं है। तो बच्चा कहाँ हुआ आपका? ये लड़की तभी की है ना?
घर पे हुई थी।
घर पे ही हुई थी। कैसे? कोई दाई आई घर पर? आंगनबाड़ी
ऐसी गांव की आ जाती हैं, बुला लेते हैं उन्हें।
अच्छा, तो गांव की ही कोई आई? तो कभी डॉक्टर के पास तो आप गए नहीं थे 6 महीने, तभी भी उसके बाद भी नहीं गए थे?
नहीं,
तो घर पे ही बच्चा किया वहाँ पर। अब फिर से गर्भवती है?
हाँ।
कितना महीना हो गया?
हो गया
7 महीना हो गया। तो अब डॉक्टर के पास जाएंगी या यहीं पर ही बच्चा होगा जैसा पहले हुआ?
नहीं, उसमें जाएंगे, हॉस्पिटल में।
हॉस्पिटल में जाएंगे इस बार? इस बार कैसे डिसाइड किया कि हॉस्पिटल में जाएंगे? आंगनबाड़ी से कोई आता है यहाँ पर? कोई आशा वर्कर या कुछ आता है? कोई आती है?
आती है, नागपुरा से आती है।
आती है। अभी तक चेकअप कराए हैं इस बार?
टीका फीका लगा गई है वो।
इस बार लगाए हैं टीका?
What came of those many children who never knew school? I did find out. After a news report in 2019, Nadwapura was resettled on higher ground to avoid flooding. Basic electricity had finally reached, and one hand pump was installed, which dried 1 year within installation. The electricity also in name and paper.
कछु ना बदलो यहाँ तो स्कूल इतना ने मकान गज्जे बने ना कछु आवास मिले ना ने रास्ता इतना ने कछु ना बदलो वे तो
चंबल में बाढ़ आती रहती, मतलब जो बारिश होती तो नाला चलता रहता था, क्योंकि उधर परेशान रहते थे, अपना गांव डूब जाता उधर जाके। हाँ जी।
बदला वहाँ से बदलने के बाद?
वहाँ से आने के बाद थोड़ा बहुत तो बदल गया है, क्योंकि अपनी लाइट सी आ गई है, मतलब थोड़ी बहुत जलाने के लिए, और रास्ता है नहीं अपना इधर, और कोई पानी भी नहीं है, थोड़ा बहुत पानी है।
और उस समय आपकी कृपा से ही वो पहले उस जगह रहते थे, अब यहाँ इनका दोबारा स्थापित हुए हैं ये। अब आज भी समस्या इनके सामने जो अनिवार्य आवश्यकता की जो चीजें हैं वो चीजें अभी यहाँ नहीं हैं। एक तो आने जाने के लिए रास्ता नहीं है, दूसरा सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत ये है कि बच्चे यहाँ पे करीब 60-70 घर की बस्ती है, करीब 100 बच्चों के लिए पढ़ने के लिए कोई स्कूल नहीं है, आंगनबाड़ी नहीं है, लाइट नहीं है सही ढंग से समुचित मात्रा में। समुचित मात्रा
इस वक्त तो लाइट भी नहीं थी।
हाँ,
कुछ भी नहीं था।
पानी नहीं है पीने के लिए,
अभी तक पानी नहीं आया।
हाँ, एक हैंडपंप मुहैया जरूर हुआ है, पर वो खराब होने पर ये बेचारे चंबल का पानी पीते हैं। ये एक बड़ी समस्या यहाँ की है। ये जो बुनियादी समस्या, और आप शासन प्रशासन के द्वारा तमाम तरीके की सुविधाएं दी जाती हैं, जैसे ये आपने देखे सारे घर कच्चे बने हुए हैं, फूस के मकान बने हुए हैं, अगर किसी एक घर में आग लग जाए तो पूरा गांव जल जाएगा।
Mohsin and I, who were here in 2019, actually not here, in a different place, because this village had no electricity, no water, it would get flooded every year. Because of our news report back then in 2019, this village was moved to a higher area so that it doesn't get flooded. So at least, they'd have access to basics, which was electricity. There's still no water here. They say there's one hand pump which doesn't work. We hope that, this news report is going to go down, and maybe somebody will watch, and maybe somebody will look at Naduapura, because they did that time and the village was relocated. But the work is incomplete.
Let's turn to Rajasthan, which remember goes to the polls on November 25th, and slowly the temperature keeps rising there. The BJP released its manifesto today in Jaipur with a clear eye on wooing farmers and in particular women voters. The Congress is presenting a united front in the poll-bound state with Rahul Gandhi, Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot all on one stage, and certainly on one photo app. What's happening in Battleground, Rajasthan? Take a look.
The election campaign in Rajasthan picks up momentum. Big guns from the Congress and BJP have entered the poll arena. BJP President JP Nadda released the party manifesto for Rajasthan in Jaipur on Thursday. National security, women's safety and welfare measures top the BJP agenda.
असहिष्णुता, स्यूडो सेकुलरिज्म के नाम पर कुछ लोगों के पूज्य स्थान पर बुलडोजर चलाना और कुछ लोगों को सर तन से जुदा होने के लिए नारे और रैली करने के साथ साथ उसको बढ़ावा देना, यह भी हम लोगों ने राजस्थान की धरती पर देखा।
Wooing women voters, the BJP has promised to set up women police stations in each district. It will provide every newborn child a bond of 2 lakh rupees. A subsidy of 450 rupees will also be provided on LPG cylinders.
महिलाओं के लिए जो मूल बात है वो सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से हर एक जिला में महिला थाना खोला जाएगा। उसी तरीके से हर थाने में महिला डेस्क खोला जाएगा और हर सिटी में एंटी रोमियो स्क्वाड बनाया जाएगा।
The BJP manifesto also promises 2.5 lakh government jobs in premier education institutions like AIIMS and IITs in each division of the state. While the BJP aims to topple the Ashok Gehlot government, the Congress is putting up a united front. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi was received jointly by Chief Minister Gehlot and Sachin Pilot at the Jaipur airport on Thursday in a show of unity.
एक साथ नजर नहीं आ रहे हैं, एक साथ हैं, एक साथ रहेंगे और कांग्रेस पार्टी यहां स्वीप करके चुनाव जीतेगी। धन्यवाद।
Both BJP and Congress are banking on freebies to win the elections, and both are faction-ridden, making the outcome all the more unpredictable. Bureau Report, India Today.
Congress Party.
Okay, just about enough time to leave you with our image on election unlocked. it is an election which is being held slap bang in the middle of Diwali. Now, the Election Commission has organized a huge 400 square foot rangoli made by local artists to encourage people to exercise the franchise. The rangoli was made at the Boat Club in Bhopal. If you travel to Bhopal, you cannot miss the lovely lake and the boat club. We leave you therefore with colorful images as Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh prepare to take part in this celebration of democracy. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind, Namaskar. Do go and vote if you are an MP and Chhattisgarh. Bye for now.